we're now being abandoned by our tuk-tuk and we're going to the Temple of the Faces. So as I'm sure you can guess, the reason it's called Temple of the Faces is there's over 70 faces carved into the stone and the rock. And you can see even from this angle, you've got the architecture here. But if you look up, you can see on either side, you've got faces carved in. And then the same on the other pillars as well. One of the things I find remarkable about here is that you can just walk around on stones that have been here for 1,000 years. If you compare this to a museum or a temple or some structure in the UK, it would all be fenced off, there'd be a walkway, you wouldn't be allowed to touch anything, but here you can just walk up to the stones and you can see it all. So this temple is definitely a lot quieter than Angkor Wat, and the fact that you can walk on the stones like I've said, and then you can see the view ahead and you can just see faces everywhere, it really brings it into focus, just the history and the mythology behind this place. We're inside and we've got the place to ourselves for the time being, but I want to show you this. It's a health and safety nightmare when you're walking. Jess just fell down a big hole and I nearly did the same. So this is the official walkway. So here's a slightly closer look at some of the faces, and also we have this big pile of stone here held up by this piece of wood. Now I've been walking about for a while and I'm kind of lost. I'm sort of disorientated. You've got the center piece here, but then you've just got all these little turns and nooks and crannies that you can get lost in and wander off. And then every piece of wall has just intricate artwork and detailed carvings on them. It's absolutely incredible. So we're now leaving Temple of the Faces and we're walking to the next temple. So the tuk-tuk driver was like, there's one here, then there's one behind the trees, then there's another one ahead, which we can't even see. And he's like, I'll park up and meet you over there. So we're on a mystery tour at the moment, and it's only, well, it's 9:45, but it's already pretty hot. Like, I'm sweating quite profusely and I'm very hot already. So we'll see how it pans out. We're now climbing up the stairs into the temple. It's Ba Huang Temple, I believe. Jess just told me, and it looks like a giant game of Tetris. You can see all the stones that are still just standing here. I'm presuming that means no pregnant women, but it could also be fat people. We just spotted this area at the back. So we've got this tree, but you can see inside it, you've got, it looks like masonry work as well. It's just a hugely impressive tree, and then you've got this bit that looks like it's just been left to rot. So from the other side we can see that the stonework was here first, and the tree is actually growing up around it and has been for quite some time. We're looking at this archway and deciding how precarious it is. Ladies first.
Oh, thanks.
In you go. So we've just been kicked out of the tuk-tuk again. I think this is temple number 5, 6, 7. I've not really kept track, I've lost count. And we've been told we can climb up it if we want, but it's very warm and it's very high. So we're going to have a quick look around here, and then the next one is the Tomb Raider temple, and that's going to be our last one for the day because it's just too hot. It's too hot, Jeff. Too hot. So this place does look really cool. We'll show you ahead. And there's stairs that go up to the top, but I don't have it in me. I've just checked the weather and it's like 32 degrees already.
And we've been up since 4.
And we've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I'm done. Like, I feel so guilty just walking past this because at any other point I'd be like, this is incredible, I want to explore it. I've got sweat running down my t-shirt. I'm just, yeah. We're gonna go and get our guy and then go to the Tomb Raider temple. Last stop. So we're now entering what is known as the Tomb Raider temple. I'm going to call it that. We did get told the real name by the tour guide, but I'm not obviously going to remember that, so I'm going to call it the Tomb Raider shelter. Agreed?
Agreed.
It's not often you see a warning sign in Southeast Asia, but there's one that says do not exit, and I think it's understandable as to why that sign is here. How this is still standing is beyond me. It is so impressive, but I wouldn't want to dodge going under. So this is it. This is the Tomb Raider temple. And we can see over here we've got a life-size game of Jenga. So at the end of the game of Jenga we can see what's causing it. So I was here in 2017, about 5 years ago, and this was still intact. So you can see the wall is starting to come down with the roof, and then they've got this metal structure in place to stabilise the remnants of it. Check out the scaffolding footing. And this one. Check this place out. Again, the detail here is overwhelming. So if you look at the size of the structures, they're just monumental. And then you've got carving, like intricate carving in every available section of it. I love how this tree is just claiming back nature like this. Wow, this one's even bigger. The fact that tree is just growing out of this building is overwhelming. So you can see this bit down here, and you've got the scaffold rods keeping that support up. You can see the rest of it just crumbled away. It's so bizarre to look at. Just everywhere you look you can see the ravages of time taking hold. So this wall here, if you look at the gable end, you've got this crack. You can actually fit your whole hand inside the gap as it's slipping away. But after like thousands of years of standing there, it's no surprise. I've never seen anywhere in the world where nature is just reclaimed to such a scale as these trees have here, to the point where they're actually moving the brickwork. This is such a weird place to like just wander around in. I mean, you are just wandering around history here, like 1,000 years of it, and you've got slabs and broken bits of masonry. Yay. What strikes me is there's so many parts of here that just seem really unstable and unsafe. So you can see this pile of rocks here, and the pillars in the background. And they're just right up there at the footpath. And then on the other side you have, this is my favourite one yet when it comes to nature taking back over man-made structures. So you've got this tree and it's just taken over the entirety of this building. And this is it from the other side, just a tree growing out of a building. I think we've finally found our way back out. We've been wandering around for the last 10 minutes trying to figure out what way to go. It's like a labyrinth in there. This is the way we came in, so we're going to the same gate that we arrived at to meet the tour guide there. We made it, we're at the exit, nearly. So what was your favourite thing about the Tomb Raider temple?
Oh, the trees, they were so big and they're just like crawling into the buildings. It was awesome.
I've seen trees take over buildings before to an extent, but nothing compared to that. No. Like some of those were beyond incredible. Marks out of 10?
Oh, 10. 10
from me as well. We made it, we found a way out. We've just been talking about it and we reckon this is temple number 8 that we've been to. but I think I've got heat stroke. I can't actually keep up or pay attention. It's now midday. We've been on the go for 8 hours in the blazing sun for the majority of that. So we're going to call it a day and go back and chill out. I'm going to jump in the shower and then jump in the pool. I think Jess is going to do the same. I'll see ya.